Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a quick review on the new Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. And if you're a fan of Milk Makeup, give the video a thumbs up. Hopefully this review is super helpful and we'll get into the demo, the nitty-gritty of what I like and what I don't like about the product. So just sit tight and we'll get right into it. If you're new to my channel, I have quite a few different Milk Makeup reviews. I reviewed their mascara as well as their brow gel, their matte foundation, as well as their matcha toner. So I will link all those down below. This retails for $29. You get 0.87 ounces. You get a decent amount of product with this. And this comes in 3 shades, which I'm kind of confused about, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like the idea of a powder actually being translucent is that it would work for everyone. So I'm not 100% positive that the verbiage is completely correct. So that is something to keep in mind. Personally, I did not find that this left a tint whatsoever on my skin, but in the swatch, you'll see that there is some sort of pigment to it. The idea of this product is that I feel like it's supposed to work in conjunction with something like their Blur Stick, which I actually am a fan of as well. This is supposed to set the face, make it look a little bit more matte, last a little bit longer, while also blurring any pores. I personally have dry skin, so I'm very finicky with powders. I do want to preface this review with that. I don't like a lot of powder on my face. When I'm looking for a powder, I want something that looks a little bit luminous, but something that is going to combat any shine. I want certain areas to stay a little bit more matte. I like my chin to be a little bit more matte. I usually like this area to be a little bit more matte, and then the rest of my face I'm pretty much fine with being a little bit more glowy. And it doesn't necessarily have to be luminous, but I don't want the powder to look especially powdery on my skin. I'm all about blurring powders, but if it's going to look super cakey in the process or look very makeup-y, then I'd rather just not wear a powder, to be honest. With all of that in mind, the Milk Makeup Blur and Set Powder comes with a really nice plastic cover on top. It has the fabric sifter in here as well, so this is definitely not going to get as messy as more classic plastic sifters. So I do like the attention to detail with this powder. I was extremely shocked at how not matte this is, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily like luminous or hydrating or anything like that. It's very soft and very thin, and it goes under the eyes and it doesn't look super heavy. If you've watched some of my other videos, I actually go without powder a lot under my eyes because I'm so worried about my eyes looking even more sunken when I have powder under them, but this does not do that. And the powder is so thin that it kind of meshes well into the skin. With chunkier powders, it's almost like you can see the layer of powder not meshing well with the other liquid products on your face. And this is definitely not a powder that is going to do that, which I'm so relieved and happy to report. Powder goes really well over the other areas of my face that have pore issues. I put it on my chin, I put it over here on my cheeks a little bit. It doesn't look super airbrushed, to be honest, if you're looking for something to completely erase your pores. But if you want a super finely milled product and you're looking for something to help set your makeup without looking super powdery, I do think that this is a good option. Folks with oily skin have issues sometimes because all of the powders made for them can be very drying and look cakey throughout the day, but I feel like this might actually be a good option. Even though it does work for me and it is so forgiving on textural issues, I still don't think that this isn't going to control oil. You can definitely use a little bit more than I did. I went in with a super light hand just because that's how I like to use powder. But I imagine this being really good for baking because it is so finely milled. It's just very rare for me to put on a powder and be like, like this looks good. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Milk Makeup did it again. And impressed with this product. I figured we could zoom in a little bit closer so you could see how my face is looking after using the powder, not just directly after the demo. So in here, my under eyes don't look super dry whatsoever, which, blown away by that. Usually my eyes look very, very dry if I use a powder under them, and they don't look dry. They don't necessarily look like as dewy as they would if I didn't set it, obviously, but like it looks good. And it doesn't make my concealer crease proof, but with the type of concealers I use, there's just no way. It's like half the time it's like putting oil under my eyes. My chin is usually my problem area with looking cracky or dry, or my pores being exaggerated. Usually it's right there, and it looks fine. I definitely feel like this is going to set the makeup in place. I don't think this is like a waterproof powder. I don't think this is a super intense product that would do that. If you guys have any other questions about this, definitely leave them in the comments down below. I'm happy to help. If the review was helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in any of my other Milk makeup videos, I'm gonna leave them all down below. I hope to see you in my next video.